at the Corvette symbol, and then I see Stingray. Why was this called a Stingray?
Because of the body style. Yeah, so some people called it it looked like a shark, and some people, you know, when you look at the ray, this is like the tail, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you purchased this car, did you know the history of this car? For instance, the lights look very interesting as we go to the front here. Can you tell us a little bit about the headlights?
Yeah, so this generation of Corvette started at this year, 1963, and these were classified as the C2 second generation. And the styling was so over the top for its time period, and that's what really drew me to the car. You know, these lines, I don't think it'll ever look old per se. It's got a timeless look. But to answer your question about the headlights, because of the aesthetics of the car, they wanted to keep it. This car is designed to look like a shark. You see the roof line, that they call that the backbone? That thing follows all the way through to the split window and everything. That's a unique feature. It also adds some rigidity to the roof, but it was a very aesthetic piece. So that's why they didn't want to have protruding headlights. This feature, it not only to me is aesthetically pleasing, how it contours, but it also affords you the ability to not hit yourself in the head as you're going in and out, because if this were to have extended, it really cuts in. Yes. Especially if you're taller, you know.
Let's look at the door here, because you have some interesting handles.
This is how you open and close the door.
Open and close, okay.
Yeah, and then I guess when the designers were coming up, they didn't want the conventional, you know.
Yes, the rod to stick up.
So they just came up with this rotating piece. Then they said, well, let's kind of carry the theme. So when the doors open, these are reflectors, this red area here. So, you know, gives you a little bit of safety. And then we call this the poor man's air conditioning.
Yes.
So I love cars that vent windows because you can crank it in and really blow the air in on you.
You know what's also interesting when you look at this, this is almost like a teardrop.
Yep.
There's no trunk.
Correct. So there actually is quite a bit of carrying capacity if you look. You know how deep it is.
It is.
I mean,
you can fit quite a bit there. I mean, is it uncomfortable? Does it work from the back seat?
We have 3 people, but the third person sits sideways over there in the back.
So Jay, can I try to sit in the trunk? Is that possible?
Oh, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, be my guest.
Let me do this.
There you go.
Okay, well, all right. This works. I even have a mouse as a companion. So now, talking about not having a trunk, I see this beautiful emblem here. I can only guess that this is the fuel filler. And does that mean the tank is right underneath here?
So when Corvette engineers, you know, were coming up with this car, they wanted to make a real race car. So there's a model called the Z06, which they still have now, but this model of the Z06 had the highest performance motor, 365 horsepower, and it had more heavy-duty suspension. It had better braking system, not disc, but they were still drum, but they were larger. And one of the interesting things they did was they put another auxiliary gas tank back there, so that's called a tanker car. So on top of being the Z06, you could get the option of putting the additional fuel tank there, which extended their runtime on the track. So guys are pulling in for fuel and they're still going.
Oh my
so
goodness.
It was brilliant. Look at the size of that filler net.
How many gallons can fit in it?
I want to say it's 16, but look straight down there. That's the bottom of the gas tank.
Oh my goodness.
You can stick your hand inside here.
It's huge.
And it was made. So when, I don't know how many racing programs you watch, they'll just come in with those dump bottles of fuel. So, you know, you don't want those tiny filler net. You're like splashing it everywhere. So they just wanted to dump it in. Yeah, so in 1963, Corvette offered 1 cubic inch size. They were all 327 cubic inches, but they offered it in different horsepower and torque levels. So this particular engine was the second from the bottom, rated at 300 horse. But somebody put all the aesthetic pieces, the valve covers, the intake, the air cleaner, from the next horsepower up, so it looks like it's a 340 horse engine. It is the original block The motor has been rebuilt because I had it completely apart, so it's been bored 40 thousandths of an inch over. So, you know, it's a few cubes over.
Jay, why don't you rev up the engine?
Okay, sounds good. You don't need to ask me twice.
Jay, your car has a great throaty sound. Can you tell us about the exhaust?
Yeah, so this particular car has an enlarged exhaust system from the exhaust manifold back, and these are aftermarket Dynomax mufflers, and I think they were called VTEC, but I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I bought them specifically for the sound that I had heard on the internet. So they're 2.5-inch ID all the way from the front to the back. So you gain performance and the sound quality that I was looking for, which is unique, I think.
So Jay, why don't we talk about the interior of the car?
So this particular car actually was automatic originally. By the time I got the car, somebody had put a manual 4-speed, and then I put a manual 5-speed in. So I would have had to convert it to manual because I couldn't live with a car like this. Because the automatic transmission that this car came with had only 2 gears,
okay.
Low and drive. So you know, it just wasn't a sports car setup in my opinion. But yeah, this car has power windows. These knobs are for your temperature control and your vent, and these are your radio knobs. And then these 2 knobs here, I'm not sure if it was a convenience thing, why they didn't allow the passenger to open their own air vent for the air to come in, but they're both on the driver's side. The tach is driven by a cable. This amp gauge is only rated for 40 amps. It would have blew the gauge up anyways, so I said, okay, we're going to bypass that gauge and we'll run a volt gauge just so I know if it's charging. But yeah, this was added on later.
The steering wheel itself has a very nice shape. It's slender compared to steering wheels that you have in cars now.
But I just love this, you know, this brush finish, the slotted holes in it.
Now, how fast can you go with this car?
I will be 100% honest with you. I have never driven this car past 80 miles an hour.
But do you think it's capable of going up to 120?
I will say you be close to, you know, max, or might have a little more. I'm actually afraid of high speed. I don't mind getting up to speed quickly because I used to drag race a lot. So I've been in 125 mile an hour cars, but we're talking 0 to a quarter mile, and I'm out of the gas. I'm not one of those that 3 miles down the road, I'm still flying down the road.
Okay.
No, that scares me. So I've accelerated in the car quickly, but I've never driven the car. I would say, I no way have even reached, you know, 100, 90 maybe. Because this car has better braking, it has better tires than the car came with, I would say you could probably confidently drive at that speed, you know, and still be safe. So this particular setup is a disc brake converted from drum. I went with a brand called Willwood. So this is the caliper. These are the rotors. The wheels have to be increased in size to clear the brakes. So I went with a 5-spoke plastic design in a 17-inch because I wanted to fill the wheel well up, but I wanted my sidewall to not be too tall or too short. So this was about the biggest size I could go with, which is a 225, 55, 17.
So Jay, thank you very much for sharing this car with us.
Oh,
It
it's
was
my
very
pleasure.
interesting.
Yeah, I love to share, and you know, I enjoy speaking to anybody who's interested in the car, especially you folks. So.
Good, and I hope you enjoy driving it for many more years to come.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
I plan to.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Take care.